Hi guys, how's it going? How is everyone doing today? It was rainy here, and I should have known it was going to rain because I straightened my hair earlier for work. Always rains. Thank you, joining my fan club. And I don't even know what that means. It's the part I know how to go live and bring up guests. Not quite sure what all the other stuff does. If anyone sees Mr. Hatchet, will you let me know? So I'll bring him up. I see him. I'm a little early too.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay,
Are
wait, my
you?
video's not on.
Yep. I was
Come
gonna.
on,
Oh,
you. Hey!
how's it go? You match your shirt, your lights.
It was on purpose. It was
Yeah,
not on purpose, but thanks. I love my
yeah.
little booth lights.
So this is where you record, huh?
This is it. This is where the magic happens. I
Yeah.
Funny story about these lights. I was just talking to Aaron Mallon about this, but I got these for the booth just because I like to turn all the lights off and record in the dark. And I put these up, and in the like waveform, I watch the spectrogram when I record just to see
Uh-huh.
all the little blips and boops. And there was this lot of tons of interference, and I could not figure out for the life of me what the fuck was going on. And like they have all these different colors, right?
Yeah.
And so I was just sort of absent-mindedly changing the colors one day, and the interference disappeared. So I can only record with blue on.
Okay.
It's the only way it doesn't interfere.
Andy Eloise once said that her light, she could hear a setting on it, like one of the colors. She
Yeah,
was like the Princess and the Pea. Like I'm like, how do you hear lights? But she said
that's
that
a
they
great
do. They,
analogy.
yep, yep. Okay, so thank you for coming on with me.
Yeah, totally. Thanks for having me.
You don't do a lot of interviews, not a lot.
I don't. I'm a busy boy, but I'm also a yes guy. So if it's open in my schedule, I try to say yes when I can.
Good to know. Good to know. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. This is Robert Hatchett. I'm so excited to welcome him to PS with Precious. You're a New York-based actor with nearly 200 audiobook credits to your name. And is it Rob or Robert? What do you want me to?
Uh, it's Robert. Robert
Robert.
Hatchet is like my full pseudonym, but you can
Yep.
call me Rob all night.
Well, what do you? I have a thing with names. Like I get confused.
Well,
You want
okay,
me to
I
call
should
you?
say it's Robert Hatchet with one T at the end for the sake of
Yep.
like branding, because
Yep.
sometimes it gets misspelled in books. So Robert Hatchet's the full pseudonym, but like friend to friend, you can call me Rob.
Okay. I'll try to call you Robert. It might be Robert.
That's
Um,
fine. Hey, I'll respond to both.
you have a theater background and because of it, you've been described as you deliver cinematic performances that fully immerse listeners in the story. That's what someone described your voice as.
My God, how
You're known for your work
flattering.
in yeah, you're known for your work in romance, dark romance, and fantasy. Your narration brings characters vividly to life. And you're a favorite at conventions. You're loved not only for your engaging presence with listeners, but also for your quick wit and natural humor that shine both in and out of the recording booth.
Oh my God. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said about me.
Some of this is from personal experience because my friends for my birthday got me a little cameo from you.
That's right. Cameo is so fun.
Oh my God, you're so good at it.
Oh,
You are
please.
so good at it.
I'll be honest, it's really a small group of people that have been mostly doing all the cameos to friends within the friend group, and I love doing the cameos. They're fun. It's a
You're
nice way
so
to like, connect with people.
Yeah, I mean, and you're so what the people don't know is that there's this website, you go on it, you're on it. Sometimes Tata Hamilton's on it. All these different people, and then you just kind of give them some guidelines, and then they have to take it, but Robert's hilarious. Like no matter what you give him, he just comes back and you're just cackling like you're the best. Okay, so the way I like to do these is I like to start from the day that you were born all the way till today.
Great. I'll
Okay.
I'll take out my birth journal real quick. I remember it was dark and then it was light.
So where did you grow up?
I grew up outside of Philadelphia, so Philly
Okay.
suburbs, Bucks
Okay.
County is where I'm from. It's like a little suburb that's it's cool. It's really nice. It's like kind of in between cornfields and like half an hour from Philadelphia itself.
You
So it's
you
a
you
nice
don't have a
mix.
Philadelphia accent.
No, I worked very hard to neutralize my accent
I
in
I, I have
college.
two. I have two. Can you tell?
You've worked very hard.
So really, like you don't it doesn't slip back, or sometimes it does.
It's I went to theater school and it was like it was, we came from all over the country and part of the first year we took a voice and speech class, which was, you know, geared towards teaching us how to use the facilities of our articulators and our mouth and everything. And the sort of first task that we did using the International Phonetics Alphabet, we sort of learned how to neutralize our accents so we could
Hmm,
sort of, naturally embody as many other human beings as we could. So it's I would say my Pennsylvania accent is not doesn't come out unless I've like had a few, you know what I'm saying? Or if
I
I've
do.
like just watched Mayor of Easttown or The Task. It wasn't quite as thick as a Delco accent, but it was there.
Adelco?
Delaware County,
Okay.
like I'm not gonna do it now because I'll butcher it, but water and
Oh, okay.
all that
Okay.
good stuff.
Yep.
My
Okay.
Delco people out there, come on, let's go represent.
Probably like no one. Okay. So tell me what you were like as what was little Robert like? Was he a good kid? Did he get into things like what were you like?
Little Robert had a big fat bowl cut and buck teeth.
No,
Oh my
you're lying.
God.
A bowl
No,
cut?
totally. No, for sure. Yeah, I had a bowl
Oh,
cut till like the
mom.
sixth grade, way too far. My
Oh.
mom, God bless her, cut all of her hair. And
She
the
cut
buck
wait,
teeth.
wait. She cut your hair?
Oh yeah, bowl like in the bathroom,
No,
like
she
put a
didn't.
bowl.
She put a bowl.
Yeah. And she was great at it. I mean, like our bowl cuts were like,
sh-
fuck, they were good. They were the best. It was hot back then, 90s bowl cuts,
Was it?
It was,
Okay.
okay.
I was alive. That's why I'm asking. I'm like, I don't.
But little Robert was I was really active. I split my time between I started dancing when I was like 5 years old,
Okay.
and then I started ice hockey like as soon as I could skate. So I was going from dance class and putting my goalie pads on in the back seat of my dad's car to go to a game.
So dance
Full,
class at 5?
yeah.
So was that your idea? Was it like you want to go to dance? Your mom is like, I've got the girls. I got to take them to dance. You just come with.
So I have an older sister and a younger brother, but I was sort of always a theatrical fellow, I guess you could say. My mom did theater. She was an Eagles cheerleader. She's just been
No,
performing her whole life,
that's
and so
cool.
she was dancing at a dance studio, and was doing competitions and stuff. So I was young and like I just went to the dance studio and I took to it, and so here I am 30 some odd years later, and I danced for most of those 30 some odd years.
So when you go to weddings, are you like the guy that like are you doing? Did you do the Taylor Swift new dance? I bet.
I don't. I will admit I'm not so good on like the Instagram dances, but like
Oh,
I can do a time step. I can do some Jerome Robbins. I can hit some jazz. Some funky jazz. As long as my knees are not screaming at me, I'll fuck up that dance floor.
are the knees from the hockey,
No, actually, the knees. Oh God, outing
or is it
myself
just
so
old
early.
old age like me?
No, it is I bet maybe a little bit of old age. I was masquerading as, I don't know, maybe a 20-year-old at a concert last year and I ate shit and I fucked up my knee. So I had knee surgery in November
No.
and I learned that I'm too old to go into mosh pit. And that's
Are you
God's
serious? Was
honest
it a
truth.
mosh pit?
It was a mosh pit, it was a metal show, and
Huh,
this is where I'm at.
okay. So, real quick, so ice hockey, how long did you do that for?
Yeah, I don't know, 10, 11 years. I loved
Mm,
ice hockey. It was the only sport I was allowed to do because I was severely asthmatic and I
mm.
was the goalie. But like I said, I danced and I was goaltender, so I was really flexible, and so the skills sort of were cross pollinated, cross great.
Yeah,
Dancing made me a great goalie.
yeah.
So I played ice hockey all through my adolescence. Yeah.
So I saw I looked at all your Audible titles, but I did not see. Have you played a hockey player yet?
Many players, and one was a goalie book, which was so
It was
satisfying
meant.
because
Did you tell the author you wrote this for me?
I talked to the production team. I was like, look, as a goalie growing up, like we were the weird ones. We were the kids like at, at I'll never forget this memory. I'd always meet the other goalies out, right? Because I was in the net singing show tunes, and my team always supported me because I was good, right? But that you could always tell the other goalies at the hotels when you were traveling. I'll never forget, like all the other guys were upstairs playing like floor hockey, and I was downstairs getting hot chocolate with my dad in the little like concession area, and there was another kid down there, and he was like pounding those little milk things. And we became friends, and we found out we were both the goalies for the teams. We played each other the next day.
Okay,
So
so you danced and you were hockey. Did you do theater when you were younger? Like,
yeah,
yeah.
soon as like I had the facility over my mouth, I started to do theater. Like every little boy's first show, it was Oliver Twist. I
Mm,
couldn't tell you how old I was, maybe I don't know, 8, 7 or 8,
wow.
at this little church in Trenton, New Jersey. And yeah, it was a blast. I was done. I was hook, line, and sinker. And after that, I spent my whole childhood in theater camps and doing theater at the Bucks County Playhouse. And yeah, some of my oldest friends are from those days.
Yeah. I'm not an actor, but I did run a community theater for about 8 years.
Let's
So I,
go.
yep. So I know all about,
Thank you
yep.
for your
You're
service.
welcome. It made me 50 years older by the time I was done because you
Dude,
guys are high maintenance.
working in the arts. It takes it out of you, but you give
High
to the
maintenance.
people. You give to
I
the
mean, I
root of
did enjoy
life.
it. I did enjoy it. I did, but it did. It made me have gray hairs because you guys are. Okay, so when you were in high school, any jobs you had before you went to college? Did you, or was it
Yeah,
just like theater?
I started working as soon as I was legally able to. My first job, which I'm very, very proud of, was there was a Quiznos that opened up in my hometown, and I was too young to hold the knives. I think I was 15. They like hired me on right before I was legally allowed to be there. But they were like, look, we can't have you in the kitchen. We can't have you on the line. But do you want to be the inflatable cup that dances outside
Shut up.
to bring people in? And I was like, sign me up, baby. I'll be here every day after school.
Shut up.
And so I did. I danced around my hometown in a Quiznos cup with the little jetpack inside, having the time of my life. And then, yeah, then after that, it was like, hitting restaurants as soon as I turned
I want to go
16.
back. I would like to go back to the Quizno Cup. So you were 15. How many years did you do this? Because I'm just thinking about your friends.
Oh
I'm just
God,
thinking about like driving by and like giving you hell.
they accepted me for who I was. It wasn't very long. It was like an opening thing. They like lend the cup to Quiznos that were opening, and
Okay. Do you
it
have
was it
pictures of
was.
that?
I don't think so, man. I
Oh,
I
what a
think
missed opportunity.
I used to razor scooter. I didn't have a car. I used to razor scooter from my high school to the Quiznos, put on the suit, go outside, dance for like a couple hours, razor scooter home, and do my homework and
Oh.
do it all again the next day.
So then that kind of got you into the food industry. And then, like everyone else, you started getting in restaurants and serving and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I do say this to people, like my kids too.
yeah.
I'm like, you guys need to serve to really appreciate the service
Every
industry.
human being needs to work some sort of hospitality job
Yes.
where they get their ass handed to them by some piece of shit and they realize, oh my God, it's really
I
good
don't
to
need to
be
be
nice to
that.
people.
Yes, I
You
don't
just
need to
gotta
be
be
that.
good to people. Everyone's just working their hardest
Yep.
and everyone can be having a shit day
Yep.
and a smile goes a long way. Listen, someday my kid's gonna work a restaurant job, even for a little bit. I'll be like, look, you gotta get some humility, kid.
Ain't it the truth? Okay, so we're in the arts a little bit in high school. You have some jobs. Then it's time for college. You
Right.
chose New York University, which is for musical theater.
Yeah, for
That's
musical
a
theater.
that's a really good college for that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like to be totally honest, I was so involved, like high school was a tough time and someone had mentioned New York University and like I could do theater in college. I said, okay, great. So I took that first suggestion. I did early decision. I was on crutches at the time and I went and I did my audition. I'll never forget it. I did like some Elvis song and I played the guitar I played the air guitar with my crutches. And I got in and I remember getting the acceptance letter and being like, fuck, thank God, because I didn't know what else I was gonna do.
Yeah.
But it's all kind of fateful,
Yeah. So when you went there and you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to theater. Did you always made it be an actor? Was that your dream?
Yeah, I
Like, was
mean,
it musical theater, or was it like acting, movies, TV, or didn't matter?
it was not movies and TV.
Okay.
I'd been on stages since I was 5, and like that's where I felt the most myself, the most at home, the most like loved and able to like give love. And
Hmm.
so seeing like a possible future as like a performer, being able to sort of live in that space and have that communion with people, Uh, it was always live theater. It was always going to be live theater. And I grew up doing musical theater. I did a couple plays in high school, but like in my mind, it was like musical theater is the only sustainable way. So, I was a singer. I danced. Made a lot of sense. So,
Did you, were you the star in several of them? I would imagine in college, like,
I was fortunate. I was able to work a lot. Like in college, I had some really great roles. I worked my ass off. I worked my fucking ass off, and it all paid off. And
yeah,
like, I think that it's yeah, like I worked job as soon as I could work a job outside of college, I worked a job on top of college, and I was an RA. Paying your way through one of those schools is no easy drip.
yep,
So
yep.
yeah, I worked my ass off, had some great roles, and then I was lucky enough to like work outside of college, professionally for like a decade before I dove into audiobooks.
Wow. Okay, so what is your favorite musical?
Oh man. Um I think like it's a musical called The Band's Visit.
Okay,
It's
I don't think
not,
I've
I
seen
would
that one.
say, like a traditional musical theater piece that maybe a lot of people even know about. It was written oh my God, why am I forgetting who wrote the music? It's embarrassing, but
No, it's not. You're with
it's
me.
about,
I forget everything.
thank you. Um, the musical is was created after a movie that was made about a band that was like visiting a country, and they accidentally went to a different country in the Middle East. I believe it was the Middle East. And it's just like a few days in the night of this town when they're waiting for like the next bus to take them to the next town. And
Mm,
it's like a stripped down, beautiful, simple musical about like meeting people in desolate places and just connecting as humans. And they're a traveling band, and so the way that they bring music into the scene structure, a scene a scene will be taking place out in front of one of the houses on the street at night, and the scene will finish, and the set will start to move, and there'll just be like a violin player like on the roof just kind of playing to pass the time. It was just so well integrated. It was
mm,
very much a play with music,
mm-hmm.
with beautiful music. Katrina Lenk starred in it originally, and she's got something special going on. So that's my favorite musical, The
Your
Band's Visit.
least
David
favorite.
Yazbek. Thank you. Oh, right. There's comments down here.
Wait,
Oh,
people know that musical?
yeah, yeah. Oh
No.
my, I'm so sorry. I forgot
Who?
that there's comments. David Yazbek. Yes.
Who knew that?
Yeah, that's it.
Wow, okay. All right, your least favorite.
Oh, come on.
Come on. You know everyone has
I don't
one.
have a least favorite, but I will say I gravitate more towards um simple sort of pared down musicals versus your classics. Like, I've done
Phantom.
The Music Man probably 5 times in
I
my life,
love
and
the
like
Music
The
Man.
Music Man is so wonderful.
You were the Music
Um,
Man, right? You
I
had to
was
have
The
been
Music
like
Man.
15 times, I bet.
Yeah,
Like,
and you can as a performer, you
yeah,
can get fatigued doing a show. It is the
sure.
truth.
No, I hear you.
So some
Yeah.
of those older style musicals, um,
I saw
you
that
know,
you won an award for Oklahoma.
yeah, I won
Yeah.
A Berkshire Theater Award for my performance as Judd Fry, which I'm fucking proud of.
You
They
should be.
they hired me. I was a little young for like a typical Judd at the time, and I grew my beard out really thick. This was like a month before my wedding. My wonderful wife, she was so supportive of me going out and doing this. And yeah, I poured my heart into that, and the director was gave me a lot of leeway to like make that character my own. Won that fucking award for it, so it felt, a little validation feels good every now and then.
So, would you have to, do you still have it? And where is it?
Hell yeah, it's on the bookshelf.
Look at you. Awesome.
I will
Um,
say I was like, for a long time I was trying to put it away, but my wife was like, no, that's staying out front, so
good
you
for
see
her.
that.
Yeah.
She's she's good. She's good for me.
But my next question was, your wife allowed you to go, the person she fell in love with and was about to marry was clean shaven, but she let you grow that out for your wedding.
I would say I probably wasn't clean shaven, but she was down for it. I
Wow.
trimmed it after Judd Fry, after I really let it go wild.
Yeah.
But she's been known to ask me once a year for a mustache, so she's, she gets after it.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you, when did you make the jump from musical theater? That's what you want to do. You love it. To now it's time to do something else. How did that
Um,
happen?
it was kind of like a sliding scale until the pandemic happened.
Mm.
I had a friend, one of my closest friends in college who narrates, Summer Morton. She's wonderful. Go listen to her.
Summer Morton.
Yeah, she had a Hoover book come out, which is really exciting.
Ooh,
So
that
proud
is
of her.
exciting. Yeah.
She was like, "Yo, you work like all these jobs in between in between your gigs. Like you should record audiobooks." I was like, "Okay, let me give it a try." So I started doing like, one or two, three or four a year, just kind of like in between gigs. I was still working at my catering gigs in between performing, and I did it as I could, and then started to really enjoy it a little bit more, especially when I began working in Stomp. Uh, I was sort of allowed to like let go of all my hospitality work and just kind of do Stomp and
I don't know
narrate
what
because
Stomp is. Is that
Stomp
show with
is
the?
yeah, with banging on the trash
Okay,
can.
yeah.
It's the rhythm show.
Okay. You got cast
So
in that in New York?
yeah, I was in the New York cast for a minute,
Shut
and
up. If
yeah,
everyone that don't know, that's a big freaking deal.
it's a big deal for a little while. Talk about Little Bob. I used to watch that DVD at home and like practice. That was a
Huge.
really nice time in my life.
Yeah.
But I wasn't. That show's non-vocal, so my
Yep.
voice wasn't used, and so I
Yep.
could dedicate my voice to the books. So I started picking up steam. Then the pandemic hit. Then I needed spinal surgery during the pandemic.
Ooh.
And I decided to not go back to Stomp just for my
Yeah.
buddy. And I was like, fuck it, let's put all my apples in this basket of audiobooks. I like made a TikTok account and did some funny, dumb stuff, and people liked it. And then
Uh-huh.
people helped me get work. Christ, I like,
Like
oh,
your people, your followers and stuff. Like,
yes,
wow.
100%.
Well, because
Uh,
you're so personable and funny and charismatic. Like I knew when I
very
mean
kind of you.
you're a very charismatic person, so you'll always shine. But how was it? Because you said you loved being on stage. So how is it not being on stage?
I get to perform every day, which is more than a lot of people who I crossed paths with in my life who dedicated so much time to theater. Um, I would say most of the people that don't get to perform anymore.
Yeah,
Like I get to do this for like foreseeably my entire life now. I'm not going anywhere. You
good.
can't get rid of me, audiobooks.
So okay, so now I'm just for everyone for the last 10 minutes I've been off script. Okay, so the big thing now, not big thing, but some narrators narrate live every day. Like they do their job and they meet their deadlines, but they do it with audience, on a live.
Hmm.
Have you ever done that? And is that something you think maybe would work for you?
I tried it, not for me. I
Wow.
learned real fast that it's not for me because I am so enamored with anyone who can record live, and I often bop in and like see friends and say, "Yeah, what's up?" But for me, this space is like there's a difference between for me, again, this is just I speak for
Yeah.
myself. Like if I'm performing on stage in front of anyone live, there's so many each moment is rehearsed. Each moment, each like very vulnerable moment up there has been rehearsed, and I feel very confident in my ability to portray the character in an honest way, and I have armor like over the vulnerability in those moments. I tried performing live and I found myself like really getting in my head because obviously I'm prepped. I read the book, I make all my character notes, I know what's happening in every chapter, but still, like, reading 400 pages, like, it's a new experience. Like, I've not said those words out loud
Yeah.
before.
Like rehearsing,
And
like
yeah,
practice. Yeah.
exactly. So, like, the having that part of the process be on display, I found
Mm,
myself like really going inward and redoing way more and performing for this rather
uh-huh.
than performing for like this.
Yeah.
And I stripped it away and I sort of like reset myself and I realized that that was the sort of part of the equation that wasn't working for me. So
Mm.
I probably won't be doing many lives in the future, but I went in this. I don't go in the studio very much.
I saw
Um,
this, I think. You put it on
with
your.
yeah,
Yes.
for
Yeah, so
Bryn
tell
Weaver
us.
for
Tell
harvest
me
season.
all of that. Yeah, tell me about it.
Penguin Random House picked up a series and they wanted us to record the next book, and we had recorded the first one over Zoom and duet. And I know Samantha. I trust her. Like I don't even do a lot of like live stuff over Zoom. But I was like, I trust you. We'll make this happen. We had a fucking blast and a half. And then when they Penguin Random House picked it up, they're like, you guys can do this separately. And we're like, but what if we do it together? And they were like, hell yeah, come on in, we'll do it together, we'll do it live in the same room. Like, what a wild thing.
Yeah.
And so grateful for them to like just accepting that wild idea. I don't think it's done very much.
No.
In the same room, maybe ever. I don't know. Question mark.
No, I mean,
Uh,
it like I know that there was an audiobook Grimm that they did in person in a studio, all six of
yes,
them. But like,
right.
then I saw you guys, and I think I saw, was it Teddy and Samantha? So I'm starting to see, you guys come together and do it live. And for you as an experience, how is it? Like, do you enjoy it so much more? Do you think your performance is better? Like,
It's it's sort of twofold. I think like what I've, oh, excuse me. For me, again, I'm friends with Samantha. Like I trust her in this space, especially
mm,
with content that is, very vulnerable in a lot of different ways.
yeah,
To approach that kind of content as friends in the room is so different than if I don't know the person and we haven't
sure,
like had a
sure,
conversation about boundaries versus someone where like, yeah, this is the work, we're in the room, this is dope. So I feel like with someone that I trust, it's there's a lot of magic that can happen,
yeah,
and there's a whole lot more prep that goes into it. Um, and a whole lot, we have a director that we're working with, a producer, an engineer, all in like a new space that isn't like our home recording spaces. So you're kind of like walking onto a new stage for the first time.
yeah.
And, yeah, it was cool. It
It was
was
cool,
really
but
cool.
like you
And
don't see it doing it over and over, especially with new narrators, and you need
I
to,
think I think it's probably really expensive
yeah,
to produce that kind of book. So
yeah,
I don't know if that's always like in the budget for most books.
yeah,
But with the right people and with the right script, with some books are just they work really well in a duet style.
yeah,
Um, when it's the golden scenario, absolutely. That's
yeah.
such a cool way to do it.
Okay, before I move on, I'm I'm a nobody. So just know I'm about to tell you this. I'm a nobody.
No, 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 you ain't
It's true.
nobody.
I'm a nobody. Like the fact that you said yes, I'm like, you know who I am. But you're one of your strengths and one of your gifts to this world, I'm just telling you, is your personality. You make people smile and laugh. So if there was a way, even if it's like one day a week for 1 or 2 hours, you can just bring that to people. I mean, it, you'd
That's
be huge.
that's very, very kind of you.
It's
I
true.
can't, it's hard for me to imagine myself that like anybody wants to listen to me talk forever.
100%. Well, because you're funny, you're charismatic, you smile. So like you make people in a better mood. Like anytime I see you at a convention or photos from like I just put a smile on my face because you just are a good human and it comes across.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's very nice of you.
You're welcome. Okay, so let me go back here. Um, okay, when I was researching, I found the very first audiobook you did.
Oh
Do
no!
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I didn't download it, but do you remember what type it was?
Was this it was either like a scary stories book
Mm-mm.
or a like a meditation book.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. I said no way.
I don't
And you
know
had
how
several.
relaxed anyone might feel after listening to that book.
Like
Stresses me out just thinking about
what?
it.
So like you I mean, how what did you do? Or you just read it something like it's time to relax. I mean, was it like that?
I was a
Because
little
I'm gonna
baby
download it.
bird testing out his wings, and it was the first person to take a chance on me, to which I say, thank you for your service and giving me this opportunity that's going to lead to my career forever. I
Absolutely.
had a little like plastic tub on my desk with some foam in it, which is like a terrible situation to narrate in, but it was like, I saw this on YouTube, I'm going to make this. And of course, it sounded like this. My whole voice sounded like this.
Okay, wait. What kind of microphone did you have?
I had I found a Yeti, a blue
Oh,
Yeti on
uh-huh.
Craigslist. I went down to Chinatown and I picked up a used blue Yeti for like 25 bucks. I had no money. I was like, fuck it,
I
let's try
had
it.
a Yeti and I used it for
It
one live. It was
worked.
with Aaron Shedlock. No, no. That I could hear the fly in the next room in the blinds. Like I said, and I just sent it back. I'm like, no, no, thank you.
They pick it up. Listen, those large diaphragm condensers. What are you rocking with here? Is this a Shure?
Sure, M.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep, MV7 Plus. Yep. I love it.
That's nice. That's nice. It's a nice, it gets what you need. It
It
keeps the
does.
rest out. Do you
Yes.
have a cloud lifter for that? Do you use one of
I
those?
don't know what that means. I'm a
Oh no,
boomer.
never.
Just to let you know, I plug this in and then it says auto. I'm like, okay.
That works. If it works, it works. Am I right?
Yes, but I am gonna. I do need a. I need a. I wish I was married a sound guy. That would have made my life so
Hey,
much
listen,
easier for this stuff.
YouTube is a marvelous place. I probably
It's
spent
over my
a
head.
100+ hours on YouTube when I first started because on ACX, it's the Wild West, right? And like, I was like, okay, I could do the thing where I like email production companies as someone who has like 0 to 10 books and be like, hey, hire me. But I was like, even I know I'm probably not doing this right. Like, I
Mm.
need to figure this out as I go. And the best way to do it is to offer like a full service. Like, hey, I can do this book. I'm a new narrator. It's going to be cheaper, but like you got to bear with me and it's going to be cheap and that's what you're going to get. But I'm going to be able to master it for you. So I probably spent no joke 100 hours on YouTube learning the like audio engineer part of it, which I love. I love the like post-production element of it.
Really?
Oh my God, I love it so much because it allowed me to get so much more work at the
Oh,
top because I'm like an anal retentive perfectionist when it comes to that kind of sound. So I made sure the sound quality was like, as best as it could be. And,
did
that's
you
what sort of,
did you cut it together and like you did the whole thing?
yeah. Oh, yeah. My first book, that very calming meditation book,
Uh huh.
I I recorded it in Audacity, which I don't use anymore. But the thing with Audacity is it has destructive editing. So every time you do something to it, it's like a paint roller over everything. And let's say you do 5 different adjustments to it. If you want to go back and tweak that first one, you got to undo everything you've done. And I listened to that whole book in 1 to 1 and like a normal speed, like 3 times. I spent so many hours on that first book, and I learned that there's more efficient ways to do it, and that's how you learn. That's the only way you gonna learn how to do it. I've since refined my process.
So, what was your first like non-meditation book? Like where you got to use your acting chops? And you know what? Meditation you have to use it too. But
Yeah, it's
you know,
different, right? It's
yeah.
it's I think maybe the second book I did was a collection of horror short stories.
I
And
saw
it's
that.
it's funny, I go back, someone brought this up. Someone DM'd me and was like, I found this very old book of yours. I was like, no, don't do it. Also, support that author. She supported me. Go support that author. But I went back and listened to the sample, and my voice is like sounds an octave higher.
Yeah.
And like when I listen back to it, I'm like, oh my God, it's like a different person.
Yeah.
There was I forget who it was. I was talking to another male narrator in the genre, and he was like, I was expressing in the beginning, I was like, I feel like my voice isn't deep enough for romance. I feel like I'm always pitching down and like wrecking my voice when I do these books. And he's like, don't worry, you do this long enough, it's gonna get lower. It's just patina's that way. And he was right. You, you use this tire, you wear it out. You wear out this tire, it gets nice and low.
So there was a narrator who is successful, but like apparently like they spent their voice on something, and so they had to do like a 1 day take on a cowboy story, and some of my friends they like them but don't love them, and then they listened to this book and they were like, who is that? And he just had a rough voice, and I was like, oh no, he's gonna have to keep doing that if
Well, that's the trick is like when we get sick as narrators, um,
yeah.
you have to be really mindful and like we know our voices so well. Like I'll be complaining about my voice in the morning and my wife will be like, "You don't sound any different." But I know.
Mm,
And if you restart a book like with a cold and you're a little nasally, I remember there was one book where I didn't clock that I had like a nasal affect to it and it was a short book. I finished the book and I got pickups and I heard the pickups. I was like, "Oh fuck. That sounds different than I sound." And I literally I like
oh
I
no.
it wasn't like nasal, right? It wasn't that. It was subtle, but I
Yeah.
closed like part of my sinuses to match the tone
Wow.
that I thought I would. But it's tough, right? We pop a cold and it's like, okay, that's four
Yeah.
days out of work, and now I have to make up for those 4 days. So I'm working nights and weekends, and that spirals out of control.
Yeah.
Toot sweet. Toot
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah. So tell me did you ever record in a studio or has it always been at home?
I
Like
record in at home most of the time. This is where I like to record at home. I've recorded in the studio twice. I did a multicast at Macmillan, which was really, really fun for
Mm,
like a children's book. Um, a quick anecdote about that that recording experience. We were all playing like 8-year-olds. It's
mhm.
I think maybe the only like book of that genre that I'm in out there. But the we were all sort of cast as these different characters. It was based off of a graphic novel. It's called Best Friends. It's a really great story. Um, and there's one moment where like this like child's anxiety gets manifested, and there's like the voice of anxiety, and like I'm pretty sure that's why I was hired for that one because
Were you the voice of
I got to
anxiety?
sip into anxiety because I tell you at the top of this, the director's zooming in. There's like 5 of us. We're having a blast. It's like great people on this project. The director's like, I don't want you guys to do any affectation of like a child voice. Just talk how you talk. We all start recording. He and he stops. He's like, Rob, I think maybe you can probably pitch it up. I was like, yeah, sure, okay, all right, yeah. This is probably not how an 8-year-old sounds.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Where's the peanut butter and jelly?
I'll tell you, I
uh,
just finished a book, Forever Undone, or yeah, um, and C.J. Bloom, who I love, right? It's in this
mm,
book. I'm telling you, and every time I hear some like Samantha Brittmore, best male voice I've ever heard. I had to look down, and I thought I didn't know this was a multicast. Like I could not tell it was her. C.J. Bloom's kid voice. I mean, I say this person has a great kid. I literally sounded like a different person.
she
Anyways,
is a fantastic actor. She's a wonderful actor, a wonderful person. We sat next to each other down in Florida at Beachside Book Fest last year, which was oh my God, it was so fun.
oh really?
And she's just wonderful.
Yeah.
She's been at this for a long time, and she knows what she's doing. She is like
I've
she's got
had
it
her.
locked down.
Yeah, I've had her a few times. I could actually get her on a live next week. And it might be she had 5% of this book's lines, and it might be the best female performance I've ever heard. I mean, but she's so down to earth, and she has the best personality. Like, I mean, I know on a live, like she's got me because she's honest, and she's just
Yeah.
real. Anyways.
She's one of those people where she's the first person in the room to be like, "Oh, how can I help? What can I do?"
Oh.
I'm having a kid in like a month and a half, which is insane. And she's been so well. I mentioned it, we were together, and she was like, she texted me afterwards with all these great advice and suggestions, and she's a real one.
Is this your first? Oh, wow. Are you ready? No. You're going to say yeah.
No,
And
absolutely not.
people like me are going to tell you, no, you're not, and it's going to change your life. And you're going to go, ha ha ha. And then when that kid's like 5, you're like, oh, they were all right. Yeah.
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 Yeah. I had a friend, one of my good buddies has a kid, and he's like, you're never going to be as prepared as you want to be, but you are already more prepared than you need to be.
It's
And I've
facts.
been really trying to like use that as a
It's
mantra.
facts. Yep.
Thank you for all the congratulations coming in on these comments. I'm doing a bad job of seeing them as
I'm
we
the
do this, but
they know this about me. I can't not only can I not see it, I cannot have a conversation and read at the same time. So they just know like they're if the guest doesn't look, then no one sees what they're
okay,
saying. I'm sorry, guys.
I'll try to keep my eyes
Yeah.
on.
Okay, so I, you just talked about conventions. All right. And again, you're
Mm,
known
yes.
as like people get so excited when you're
No,
at conventions. Like,
really?
yes, I don't know if you know it because you have a great personality. Okay.
I love
So
people. I get to see people. It's
so
the
tell me
best.
about it. Is that why you like do you love going to conventions?
Yes. Oh my
Yes.
God. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
My first one was Indies Invade Philly, which I'm literally sipping out of the mug that I got there. And it was such a mind-blowing moment for me in my journey, like as a narrator, and also like deciding that this is a career that I want to do for the rest of my life.
Mm,
Because it's a job and you're in this isolated space and you're trying to direct yourself, you're trying to do better, you get stories that come along that move you and are catharsis for yourself. You're trying to do so much and you don't know. When you're on a stage, like you can see people's faces. You
yeah.
can see people's faces while you're performing, and then you walk out the stage door and the people who are really moved hang out and they talk to you about it. This industry, it's like it's impossible to get that unless you go to these conventions.
Mm,
And that's where I saw it for the first time. I sat next, Aaron Shedlock was on my right,
nice guy.
Ronnie Butler was on my left, and I saw these two men just like speak with such grace and respect for the work when like, sh- shed lot. People were coming with like 20 stacks of
Yeah.
books, and he was able to recall facts about these
Mm,
characters like so easily, and he just I learned I have a lot of respect. I have a lot of respect for both of them, and they sort of I think it was fateful that I got to sit next to people who are so genuinely respectful of the work and the
mm,
genre, like what it means. And so that is like that was a big moment for me where I decided as many as I can go to, I will go to.
yeah. Yeah. Keep doing it because people love it. Is there any downside to going to conventions?
They're expensive. We
Yeah.
don't, as narrators, we can't make money at them. So we pay for travel, we pay for lodgings, and
Yeah.
sometimes we pay for a table. So, like, that's a grand disappears real quick just
That's
getting there sometimes.
I mean, there's several causes I'm taking up, and I feel like that needs to be another one. I just you for I go to conventions because I'm an audiobook girly for you guys, from my narrators. I love authors too, and I have gone to smaller things with authors because I'm not spending a lot of money. Um, but you attract like I know once you had to cancel. I don't know why, and I'm not. And when I say people were like, "Can I get my tickets back? Like, can I get my
Oh,
air flight?" Because you're one of the driving forces of them coming. So it I don't feel like that's fair, that you don't get to recoup, like you're not able to sell product, and that you still have to pay to go when all you're doing is promoting people's books and you get people to come. So,
it's a that's it's like a double-edged sword. I don't know about that. There are some conventions that waive our table fee, which is really
good.
wonderful.
That's
And
great.
I've even experienced one where they put us up, which is also just, really, really nice and
Hmm.
generous.
That
Um,
should be standard.
what I do love is when there's like a panel part where we get to
Mm,
sort of speak,
yeah.
because what was surprising to me is most of the people at romance conventions aren't audiobook listeners.
Mm,
They're there for authors, for
yeah.
pre-sales, and like, look, I love conventions. I was next to CJ in Florida, and anyone who caught my eyes, I was like, "Hey, you listen to audiobooks?" And most of the time they were like, "No." I was like, "Come on, come on, come on over here. Let's go. Let's talk. What do you read? What's your genres? What's your tropes?" And like, then that's it. And then we talk about it, and it's fun. So but it was surprising how not, I mean, surprising to me because I am only in the
Yeah.
audio
Me too.
part of this industry.
Yeah.
Um, and so learning that like there's like a trepidation when it comes to like interfacing with narrators sometimes.
Hmm.
What's
Yeah.
nice is when we have a chance to like speak, whether it's like answering questions or doing like it was in Baltimore. It was Charm City Romanticon. Really fantastic. If anyone ever gets a chance to go, very well run. Um, Friday night was the first night, and we had a narrator sort of panel where it was all created ahead of time. Our talking points, like, excuse me, we did an example of duet, a duel, multicast, and so we all had the text ahead of time, and it was okayed and agreed upon. And it was a chance for us to talk and like joke and be ourselves and get in front of the authors. Like, in addition
Mm,
to the attendees, like, 9 times out of 10, the authors don't know who we are unless
yeah.
we've worked with them. And they have so much that they're dealing with, like all their pre-orders, setting up their stuff, like they're traveling from who knows where. So it's nice when we get a chance to speak. After that moment, I got to the next day, people were mingling around at the convention proper, and they came up and be like, "Hey, I don't listen to audiobooks, but like I loved the panel. Like this is what you do. Tell me about the books that you read." And it
Yeah.
was probably the most natural engagement from people who don't listen to audiobooks
It's interesting.
at that event. I think
Yeah.
because of the panel and the way that
Yeah.
they sort of set that up.
I will say, I'm a member of APA, and audiobooks. That's starting to be one of the. It's climbing up there to be one of the ways, the biggest way people are consuming books nowadays because we're so busy, because we're on the go.
Yeah.
So I think more and more people are going to jump on this ship because
Yeah,
I
well, I
can't.
mean,
I mean,
we ain't going anywhere. We're gonna be recording audiobooks until the end of
you
days,
know,
all right?
let me ask you this, and I know what your feelings are on this. I know AI. That's a big kind of hot topic. And I'm not going to ask you what you feel because you're like, of course, we need, human narrators. You have any suggestions for us as listeners on what we can do to help make sure that you're in our ears and no one's giving us an option that sounds like Robert Hatchet, but it's Robert Hatchet?
You just keep supporting authors that, only use real human voices. That's kind of like the only control I know
Yeah.
about. Certainly, if you hear my voice, then it doesn't sound like me. Send me a DM. I've heard of. I got voice
Yeah.
actor friends who were like,
Yeah.
someone sent me this commercial, and we're like, "Is this you? It sounds weird." And
It's
it
true.
was like lawsuits that have been solved because, whoa,
Look at
what is
that.
that?
Is that a
What is
cat?
that?
Do you
Is that a
have arms in the
mushroom?
back of your? I think it was a cat
That
with,
was wild.
yeah,
TikTok's a wild place.
it is. It is. I
So
do like
yeah,
it so much
obviously.
more than Instagram though. I will say that.
This is great. Admittedly, I've really fallen off on my posting. I gotta be better about posting for my
Well,
TikTok audience.
let me ask you a question. Do you have a PA?
You
No.
think I can afford a pee? I got a child coming.
First of all, I know that there are people that would do it if you ever wanted it without any, because they want to get experience doing it. But I think that would help you guys. And I know that I know, but I mean, you need to be focusing on voice acting, and
It's good for me to think of. It's tough. The idea of like interfacing with someone about posting to me is so it's hard for me to reconcile with because in my mind I post my posts are not necessarily I don't post a lot of like my performance pieces. I'll like repost something if it's, shared with me. But I try to keep my brand intentionally like it's me. Like I'm Rob Brinkman.
yeah,
Robert Hatchet is the the guy in your ears, but like I'm a human being. This is my real life experience in here. So when you meet me at a convention, this is who you're meeting. Not
yeah,
the guy in the book who's doing the stuff. It's like it's me,
yeah.
which I think
I get
is
that.
healthy.
It is.
For
Well, and you sell. I mean, that's sometimes why people are your fans is because the guy that is funny that we see,
like to
and
see me be an idiot. It's
that's
honestly
the
most of my
best.
posts, I'm in the booth like and I drive myself so crazy, I'm laughing at myself and I go, I bet someone would laugh at this. And then I figure out a way to make it a bit and that's it.
Yeah, and we do. Okay, so looking back on your career, what's something you're really proud of?
Oh man, so much. I'm proud of I am proud of working my dick off. It's hard to put one like sorry, I can say
I was going to say
TikTok. I
normally it's
forget
ass,
how
but
can't
you know what? You know what?
sorry.
You're from Pennsylvania. I don't know your sayings.
You're right. That's my accent. That's my Pennsylvania accent. No, this isn't it. Being a performer is a really it's a hard life. You work hard to make it happen. That
Yeah,
is the God's honest truth. And this is something that I've always been really passionate about my whole life. And I've made it work and I've been lucky enough to grow and like transition into multiple different parts of this industry. So I am proud of myself for finding my way here
yeah.
and yeah, figuring it
I
out.
would add that, and also being a good human on top of it. I'd be proud of that too.
That's something I will just continue to try to be, but that
Yeah.
is something I don't think I can say I am myself. That's everywhere.
I said it for you. Okay.
Thank you.
Um, okay. So you've recorded is that right? Around 200 audiobooks.
I think so. Probably between the two of me.
Okay. And I know what that
About that.
means. Yeah. Your
Yeah.
pseudonym. Yeah. Um, so what does your typical day look like? Like, are you 8 hours a day in that booth? Is it a few times a week? Like, what is your schedule?
Oh boy, a few times a week. No, I'm often working too many days a week.
Yeah.
My ideal day, I wake up at 7. I warm up. I do like some sort of physical exercise to get my blood pumping. I do like lymphatic draining massage. Drink at least 2 pints of water. Walk my dog. I can't start recording until at least an hour and a half, 2 hours after I wake up. It's just how my voice is. I'll blow it out otherwise.
Yeah.
So I start with admin while I warm up, and then I record until like 4:30, taking a couple breaks. Well, take my dog for a walk. If I'm behind, I get back in the booth and I try to cut the day by dinner time. And then hopefully I stop recording and have dinner and go to bed. But like I said, when you get behind, like you pop a cold and you're behind 4 days, it might take like 2 weeks
Yeah.
of working nights and like half a weekend day
Yeah.
to get back. And so, because we can only do like so much a day.
Yeah.
And so if you're scheduled, if I'm scheduled for my like 3/4 max or max for 5 days in a row for X amount of months. Like if I'm behind, then it's like, okay, I'm recording. It's like running a marathon and being like, okay, I got to run a quarter marathon extra every night just to get to the top of this mountain. So it takes its toll. And then it's like,
Mm,
okay, I need to throw in a day of vocal rest to make this work. So it's a tough balance. It's something that I'm still figuring out.
yeah.
It's like everyone in this industry has got their journey with their vocal health and their stamina, and we've all been through shit. And
Yeah.
it's just kind of it's part of it. Just trying to figure out the boundaries.
So you seem like a very personable guy. And I could see you feeding off other people's energy. So have you had any adjustments being in a booth by yourself all day?
Um, I wear more shorts.
Even in
You
winter, are you
know,
one of those? And then do you walk your
oh
dog? Do
my
you change
God,
into
I'm in
pants?
shorts right now. It's like 80 degrees in here. It's bad. But no, it's I'll admit I think like working in the booth has actually made me like I'm more of a homebody because it seems counterintuitive, right? I'm by myself all day. My wife and I are like best friends, so like being with my wife is enough for me that night. Um, but it's so much exertion, like emotionally, to do this job. In every book,
Mm,
at least once a day, you're hitting one scene where some character is going through it, and it's like it's not just a 5 minute scene on stage. You walk off stage, you get some water, you have a beat to chill. It's like you're sitting in that emotion and breathing heavily for like 45 minutes for the like 15, 20 minute scene. And maybe there's three of those. I just did a scene today where this character like I can't say it because it's a spoiler, but it's crazy that happened. And I was sweating. I was sweating profusely, and it took 2 hours of recording to get through this one massive chapter. And by the end, I was like, oh my, how am I supposed to do more today? So oftentimes I'm spent after a day of recording, and it's like aftercare for my health, my mind, my body, and my soul is like eating a good meal and being at home. And
yeah.
the trick also is New York City bars and restaurants are so loud. They didn't used to be this loud. And so after speaking for 8, 9 hours a day to go out to a bar that's a little
Mm,
louder than it should be, all it
yeah.
takes is 20 minutes talking in that bar, and then I'm gonna take a day and a half off. So
Yeah.
I don't go out
Yeah.
until
Yeah. I was
Friday.
gonna, I never thought about that. Yeah.
I don't drink, I don't do anything until Friday. And then I honestly only allow myself to do it Friday night, maybe a little Saturday, because Sunday is always a day of rest.
Yeah.
I'm just getting old, Rob. Oh, damn. I looked down at the chat.
Wow.
Good.
Rude.
I am. No, it's good. I proud of the patina of my age.
Mm. Okay. So, okay. The book world, sometimes not the best, right? Some negativity out there. Um, how do you, how do you seem like it's never touched you, like from me. So, like, do you stay out of it? Is it active? Like, do you do anything to make sure that you don't let that weigh you down?
I mean, in truth, like I am an actor and I am hired to do my job. At the end of the day, like there are some days I don't go on social media. There are some days I
Mm,
don't like check the news. There are some days I'm just like I have a shit ton of work to do and I have to just lock in and do this and like shut everything else out. And so yeah, I'll admit, like sometimes I do just sort of shut it all out and I
yeah.
try to do my job and try to do it the best I can and
Yeah.
also try to have a little bit of work-life balance. But I try as much as I can to be like educated
Mm,
in the environment and the work that I do. You know, my wife runs uh, an arts education nonprofit, and they do these personal development um, sessions with their staff, like once a month or once every 2 months, is it? But it inspired me to try and like do some research into like the genre that I'm working in, like read a book about female sexuality, read a book about, relationships of survivors of X, Y, and Z, like themes and stuff that shows up in these books. Like
mm,
when I'm going out to conventions and I'm talking to people, I had a really, really impassioned conversation with someone about a book that actually meant a lot to me as well. Um, but it had some pretty heavy themes in it, and I ended that day feeling good about our interaction, but I had a bit of perspective, thinking like, man, like I'm not like trained
mm,
to interface with somebody about this kind of thing. It's like
But
media
yeah,
training, but like trauma informed training. I don't know.
well, I was gonna
So
say, and for them, your performance helped them through a trauma or helped them deal with it, or so
yeah.
they're probably telling you that, and you're just like, yeah, I see,
And so like
yeah.
how do you prepare yourself, train yourself to be able to accept that energy coming at you
Mm.
in a healthy way and make space for it and be supportive of it while keeping the boundary up there of of safety. And so I try my best to like stay educated and learn and continue to learn of like how to be the best person I can be, and that's kind of like the best I can do.
So if anyone is watching and is not a fan of yours, I'm pretty sure after that they are, because it shows that you're a really good person and you really care. So, okay,
I mean, this
you're
it's
probably like,
more than
golly,
happily it's more
like
than
I,
happily
do you
ever
realize
after. This
you're just
industry is
like, that
like,
makes me uncomfortable. Will you stop saying that?
can you tell I have difficulty taking compliments?
Don't ever go on with
Let me
her. She
just
just
sip
makes you
my
uncomfortable all
cider.
the time.
You're being very, very, very kind. I'm very grateful.
Okay, well, we are gonna. I try to stick to. I do try to stick to an hour on these.
Okay.
Although I could talk to you for 17.
Yeah,
But 1 hour.
this is nice.
So I am going to. I always end this with the Proust questionnaire, and it's the the inside the actor studio.
Hmm.
He always asks those actors like what's your favorite curse word and all that. It comes from this questionnaire that this guy did in the 1800s, and so but there's a lot more questions other than that. So I took it and I said, here's what I want to know. So are you ready? And you can say pass or I don't want to talk about it
Okay,
because
okay.
you never. Okay,
We'll
so
see. We'll see what happens.
what is your idea of perfect happiness?
Oh my God. Stability.
So,
Stability and
stability.
time with my loved ones.
Mm,
That's it. That's all
that's
I
a
need.
great one. Someone said, it was a scientist or something, and I remember, and I'm going to get it all screwed up, but he said, people think like to be happy, have to be happy all the time, and that makes you a happy life. But he's like, happiness is stability, like it's level, like because you're always not going to be high all the time. Are
It
you
lets
level
you
all the
be
time?
present,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
That's
I remember that one. Somewhere it's a quote, but I screwed it up. Okay, what is your greatest fear?
sharks. Sharks. Deep
Right?
water. Being in deep water with sharks. That's my
Do
greatest fear.
you do you go to the ocean?
Love the ocean. I'm a beach guy. I
I
love
could
the
tell because
ocean.
you
The
always do this. I
fishing.
feel like that's a isn't that a surfer
This is
thing?
a hang ten. Yeah,
Yeah,
life
see?
is good. Pura vida, baby.
Yeah.
Um, I love the ocean. I love fishing. I love being out in the water in the boats. But my God, if I jump off a small boat in a small lake, it feels like the Kraken's eating me. I just panic and it's terrible.
Yeah. So, okay, no one cares about me, but true story, I wanted to be a marine
We
biologist.
all care about you. It's why we're here. Okay, continue.
Okay. I got to do a little puzzle, and I'll tell you can't do two things at once. Okay, great. I passed. So I want to be a marine biologist when I was in high school, like looking at Florida State University. I mean, I was all in. And then this summer, before my senior year, I went on this training trip to a lake, with some people, and a lot of people went skinny dipping. Now I did not, but I did go in midnight, in
In
my bathing suit.
Florida, that's so
It
dangerous.
was a lake. Okay, here's the deal. It was a lake. When I got in that water, I was scared shitless.
Should be.
I almost drowned, like, because I was like, it's so black. And then I got on, and then I got back on the raft, and I go, I got to rethink what I want to be when I grow up, because there's no way.
Oh, right. Because you'd have to do that.
Yeah. So I only go in the ocean to my knees, except if I can see clearly, then I'll go a little bit further.
Listen,
That's it.
I'm right there. I couldn't agree more with you.
And then I do conference in Destin every year. And last year, I had people come up from the beach and they showed me, and there were sharks in the waves. And I'm like, and people saw it, and then they went back out. I'm like, why do you not want your foot? Like, I don't understand. So,
What kind of world are we
yeah.
living in? Sharks and waves. I remember when I used to boogie board as a kid.
Oh, okay. Sorry. All right. What is a trait you most deplore in yourself?
Oh man, that's the what do I deplore in myself? My time management. God,
Hmm.
suck. Always trying to get better.
Okay.
Gonna get
Okay.
better.
What about the trait you most deplore in others?
I don't know. Pass. I don't think I
Okay.
seek that out. Seek
Yep.
out to define that.
Good for you. I got many. I'm just kidding. Um,
That's okay.
what is a quality you most like in a man?
In a man. I just being genuine.
Mm.
Know that I'm like not getting manipulated or any games are being played. Just, show me who you are. Whether it's you're great or you're a piece of shit, if I know who you are, I will know how to communicate with you. You know what
You
I'm
know,
saying?
when people ask me advice on how to be a TikToker, which I think is funny because I'm like, I'm not a TikToker and probably do whatever I do, do opposite. But I say, be yourself. Like, if you're an asshole, people love that shit. Be an asshole if you're a prick, but yet don't try to be something you're not. So I always tell them. People can see right through that shit. Okay, so what trait do you like in a woman? Quality do you like most in a woman?
I think same. I think it's like a human. Like that's what I would like of humans.
Okay,
It
humans.
makes me sound like an alien, but
No, it
I
doesn't.
want the humans to do this.
Which words or phrases do you most overuse?
Do I most overuse? I want breakfast. I want a sandwich. I would love a sandwich. That's my most overused phrase.
Okay.
I'm a hungry boy. I'm a hungry boy.
Okay, no, wait. I have a friend, Jenny T, who's also a fan of yours. She's always eating sandwiches. I mean, it's the funniest thing, okay? And I think you and her have a bond because I think she's talked about you and your sandwich.
I believe she has.
Y- You like sandwiches too. It's a thing?
I love sandwiches. I love going to a convention, getting a sandwich near the convention place. It's the like root of my happiness. I had this great sandwich down in Florida. They put the ham on top. Oh, it was crazy. It's a whole situation.
Y- I'm not like that with sandwiches. So I literally think you're lying, but you guys aren't. You really
I'm
love
not
sandwiches that
lying.
much.
We
Yeah.
are. I grew up sandwiches. My grandfather, God bless his soul, he was like, whenever we get sandwiches, he'd look at me and go, Robert, make sure they give me double meat. I said, all right, pop up. All right, I got you.
When and where were you most happiest?
Oh, it all started at Quiznos. I just saw the chat. You're so right as shit.
Gosh, people are funny. Who wants
um,
that?
ugh.
Oh,
Yeah, what was the question?
oh, sorry. Um, when and where were you? It's a big one. When and where were you most happiest?
Like a singular moment?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. Somewhere with my wife.
Mm,
Somewhere with my wife. We've
that's
been,
good.
she really, I didn't travel very much. When I met her, I was like working my ass off, paying all my loans, paying all my bills. And she was like, traveling is the best part about this life.
Mm.
And I learned that. And we do that. And I've been so lucky to see some beautiful places in this world. And yeah, seeing them with her,
Mm.
one of those moments is in there.
God, I love it. How much you love her. How long you been married, if you don't mind me asking?
We have been married for 5.5 years, but we've been
Mm.
together for 14, maybe 14.
Now, Robert, you're you're trying to tell me you made this lady stay with you for 10 years? Robert
I
Hatchet.
know. Listen, listen, listen.
I need
We met, we were young. We were 20, we were
yeah,
21, 22. We were
yeah,
young. We were both artists. She was dancing. I was acting. And we had a beautiful many years. And
yeah.
then I married her and I made her wait a long time. And I'm really grateful she stayed with me.
That's that's a good one.
That's the
I'm not
slow
sure I
burn
could have done
romance.
that.
That's right. The
What
slow burn
slow
romance.
burn
Well,
romance?
we were the kind of couple where like marriage was a technicality. We were very much,
Mm,
it's New York City. Like we had roommates up until we were married.
yeah.
And so like we were very much entrenched in each other's lives at that point. Um, but we had a great wedding. That's a whole conversation for another day.
Oh, I'd love to one day I would love to hear it. And now you've got a little one coming.
Wow,
I love
yeah.
it. I
It's
love it.
wild. This life.
Yeah, you're going to be the best dad. Okay, let me keep going.
I'm gonna try.
What talent would you most like to have?
Oh man. Oh man, what talent would I most like to have? Guessing lottery numbers? No, that's not a real talent. Speaking of animals, God, I would love to speak to animals. If this,
Okay,
wait, is this like superpower? Is this like
it
a
doesn't matter.
superpower question?
No, you're fine.
That's what it is. I want to speak to animals.
You want to speak to animals.
Yeah, then I can swim wherever I want because I can be like, blah, blah, blah. Please don't eat me. I don't taste good. Blah blah blah. Get away, please, or swim with me. Well, I don't know. Blah blah blah. We'll figure this out.
You gotta narrate a book where you're underwater. Just say blah blah
Yeah.
blah.
Blah blah blah. Before. Oh
Oh god.
God.
Oh god. Okay. You're
The
really
honest
funny.
truth. Some little doc. Yeah. Where's the Doctor Doolittle romances out there? I haven't seen one. I haven't seen one.
I'm sure there's a lot of authors in this little chat here. So I heard Rob say if you write it, he'll
Yeah.
read it.
Yeah. Get on it, everybody. We need a little blah blah
I'm
blah
kidding.
action.
Okay. What do you consider your greatest achievement?
That's tough.
Mm,
That's tough. My greatest achievement. I don't know. I think it's the life that I've built.
hmm
I'm really
Yeah.
proud of it. Yeah, I love the life that I've built and the
Yeah.
people I've built it with. That's my greatest achievement.
That's awesome. Where would you most like to live if you could live anywhere in the world?
Oh my God.
If you say
Somewhere.
New York.
No. Listen, I've been here for 20 years. My heart is so deeply entrenched in New York City. But if I could live anywhere, I would live somewhere. I would live by the beach. I would live by the water where I could wake up at the sunrise and like fish on the surf and come back and narrate and walk my dog, play with my kid, hang out with my wife, barbecue outside. That would make Bubbo a happy guy.
You can do what you're doing anywhere, but your wife probably
I know,
can't.
but it's tough. 20 years we have all our community, my
Sure.
family is in PA. It's I can, but do I there's you lose so much to do that.
Well, as you
So
get older, I mean, there's what do they call them? There's people that go to the south for the winter. So you are in both
snowbird.
places. Snowbirds. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll be one of those. Don't you
There you
worry.
go.
I'll have a
There you
booth in
go.
both places. Come on.
A booth in both places. That also sounds like a book title. Um, what is your most treasured possession?
My most treasured possession. Huh. My most treasured possession. There are a couple pictures. A couple
Mm,
pictures I have. I lost my dad about 14 years ago, and so there are a couple pictures of him and I that are like right next to my booth. I got a postcard that he wrote me right in the window of my booth right here too.
mm,
I'm not a very like moved around a lot as a kid, so like downsizing you get used to like letting material things go.
hmm
So I can't say I latch onto those things, but I got a couple sentimental things that
Did your dad know you weren't, oh, like, did he die before you were audiobook narrator?
yeah, but he
Yeah.
knew I performed. God bless him. Like I said, we split. I was doing hockey and I was dancing, and he was at every single. He was at every show, every dance
Mm,
recital, recording with the camera. He was a very supportive man. I was very
mm,
happy to have him, lucky to have him
mm.
as a father.
Sounds great. Um, what do you most value in your friends?
What do I most value in my friends? You know, I value them for like who they are. I love them each for like who they are,
Mm,
which is a hard thing to like pinpoint because everyone they are who they are. But my closest friends, we've known each other for so long. We've been through thick and thin together, and like they know that if I drop off the map for like a week or a month, that I still love them and they love me and they check in on me.
that's
So I'm
good.
very grateful they do that.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so I have a few more, two more, three more.
Okay.
What's your greatest regret?
Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. I think that's a pass on that one because I can't. It's like, would I change anything?
Yeah, because
If
it
that
wouldn't be
would
who you
butterfly
are.
effect, it wouldn't change. It would
Yeah,
change like where I'm at now. So,
yeah.
adversity is just what it is, a part of life. I've made some mistakes. I've made tons of mistakes,
But
like
all it does
recording
is
into
teach
that little
you.
tub on my desk for that meditation book. But I learned from it.
You learn not to do that. Yep,
Exactly.
yep. What is your motto?
Oh man, be accountable. Be accountable. Show up on time, do the work.
Do the work.
communicate. That's maybe my motto now. Maybe that's my motto now that I just said it out loud. It's good to have
There
a
you go.
motto.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
communicate, communicate, communicate. That's good.
Communicate. That's all good. All those are great words.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So my final question.
Final question.
I know. Can you believe it? Okay. If you wrote a letter to your younger self, what would it say? And then what would the PS line at the bottom be?
Oh my God. Lil Bob, the bowl cut goes away, but then so does the hair. So you gotta enjoy it while you have it, bud. Uh, also, you're gonna get braces to deal with those buck teeth, but then you're gonna get your wisdom tooth out as an adult, and then that gap is gonna come back. So again, you gotta enjoy it, enjoy the years sort of in between. There's some good years in there. Just enjoy it, and appreciate the freedom, appreciate life.
That's
Keep eating sandwiches, little dude.
God, keep eating sandwiches. And the bowl cut goes away. I mean, there you go. Your legacy.
The bowl cut goes, but then so does the hair.
Well, Robert, thank you so much for taking time and spending time with me on this. I love these are my favorite
Been
interviews.
This has been really so nice. You're so wonderful to chat
Thank
with,
you.
and this is
Thank
this is
you.
everyone who's been hastily writing sweet comments. I'm sorry I missed most of them, but the ones I saw made me smile.
Yeah. Well, I had you in my ears in a book recently, and I had you in my ears before that, and you're starting to become one of my favorite male narrators. And now, when I get to know people like this, like the better humans, the more I end up liking you. So, like Aaron Shedlock is way up there for me because he's a great guy,
One of the
and
best.
you are too. So, thank you for spending time with us tonight. I really appreciate it.
Hey, right back at you.
Okay.
This is a romance is a community. It's more than
Yeah,
just the work. You know what I mean?
I
You
do.
know that. We all know
Yeah.
that.
All right, and thanks to everyone who tuned in, and for those that we're going to post this later, so I'm going to edit it through and we'll post it. So, okay, have a great night, and when you get that little baby, you give it a kiss for me, okay?
I will.
All
I
right,
will.
okay,
Sheesh.
all right. I'll talk to you guys
All right.
later.